Hi Pisces, welcome to your October 2021 love and general reading. I'm Gemstone Tarot. I am a Pisces. It's time to do our reading today. Some days I know which star signs I'm going to do. Today's one of those days, and it was like, we're doing Pisces today. It's quite a Pisces day. It's been quite kind of messy getting the video together, so anything could happen. I've got a new camera set up so we can also look at the spread as well as me. Ooh, the tower keeps coming up in the shuffle. Let's just acknowledge that and pray that it doesn't come back. Okay, I'm going to do a bit more shuffling. We're acknowledging it because I kind of knew that energy was already around for us, okay? It is. It's kind of already around for us. This is for Pisces if you're a Pisces sun, moon, rising, if you're a cross watcher, or if this has just popped up on your feed, there'll be a reason for that. Okay, if it resonates with you, if you're getting the vibe for this reading, there's always an extended and the link will be under the video in the description box if you want to take it further. And we clarify with different decks, love oracle decks. We look at your person, if it's romantic, and how they feel about you. Oof. What is going on with... Okay. Got the Devil at the bottom of the deck. Interesting card when you get it for Pisces because, and at the bottom there's Two of Swords. You're not stuck because stuck would be more like Hanged Man energy, which is a Piscean energy. But we're in Mercury Retrograde energy as we come into October, and as a Pisces, that does jumble your drawers. You know, it really does. And it feels like there is a real mix-up here between what is past, what is present, and what is future. Now, Pisces have a hard enough time as it is dealing with time and dealing with toxic people. This card, do you remember we had that Tower card? The Tower card hasn't come out again yet. It might come out in the extended, it might come out again in this reading, but we know it's there. We know that it's in the deck and it's not, actually we are acknowledging it. You know, when the Tower goes unacknowledged, you get this sort of more toxic energy. So is there a person or a thing, relationship, a job, whatever in your life that you feel is weighing you down, holding you back, or keeping you from being your best self? Now this, for some of you, as is often the case again with Pisces, could go back to family ties, how you grew up, ancestral stuff, okay? Now, you know, I'm not a therapist and I know that some people are really qualified to do ancestral work, and maybe that's what we need at the moment, is some kind of at least acknowledgement of where we've come from. Now this can, as a Pisces, come to you through dreams, it can come to you through intuition, you can feel the thread of the ancestors, the weight of the ancestors. For some of you this is to do with the masculine, divine masculine. It can be divine masculine in relationships, or it can be also a wide lens where you're dealing with issues of who has the power in your life, who has the power in your relationships. I mean, let's face it, stuff like this shows up very obviously, very acutely when it's in relationships, when you are vulnerable, when you're trying to define your terms with somebody else. When you're in love, or when romantic feelings are around, it's a heightened sense of where you've come from, the power, what's going on. Now up here, we've got the Judgment card. Past, present and future. These three figures down here are past, present and future. okay? It feels like the universe wants you to very much acknowledge where you've come from. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily heal or erase where you've come from, but it wants you to acknowledge it. It's like, you know, when you're in therapy and they're talking about recognizing something is a massive step towards healing it. There's something going on that Mercury Retrograde, I think, has kicked up. You know, if you think of, I always think of it as kind of river water in a glass, you know, where you kind of stir it and all the silt and everything comes to the surface. Something's being kicked up here for you to look at. We've got down here the Emperor together with the Devil card. And it feels like there is a divine masculine influence. So of course for some of you, and let's have a look at the spread if we can. I'll have to focus it a little bit, and it's all a bit sideways. Some bits hiding behind the box. Show you over here, we've got the Four of Wands there. Well, you can see it, can't you, quite well? Okay. And then the Devil and the Emperor here, kind of presiding at the bottom. This is it. It's like, who is presiding over you, Pisces? Who has this power? This is like a seat of power at the bottom. To a certain extent, it should be you. Obviously, you should have the power over your own domain, over your own life, over your own destiny. But power for Pisceans is not comfortable territory, I don't think. It's not to say we're all willing to just give it away to all and sundry, like, here, have my power, I don't need it. It doesn't feel like that. But essentially, there is a quality in Pisces, particularly, I think, more early Pisceans. There is a quality of moldability that other people think they see in you, when actually, and especially if you read like Linda Goodman's star signs, love the late great Linda Goodman, Pisceans are much more powerful than they seem, I think, to other people. So someone who might want to look after you, to mold you, to control you, maybe if it goes that far, may be feeling very generous about it, but you may not actually need it. But often this happens at a time maybe when you're younger, or at a time when you're vulnerable or just trusting, I suppose. It feels like normally this just chunters on every day. But Mercury retrograde and the universe has put you in a position where it keeps prodding you so you can acknowledge it. Up here we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So this could be affecting your working life, how you earn your money, who controls that, whether you're doing something you love. You know, I think again with Pisceans, it's quite important work-wise to be doing something you believe in, or something you love, or something of service. It's got all of that quality about it. It feels like you could have a certain sense of dissatisfaction with your work life. It could feel like you're knocking out the pentacles, but you don't quite know why, okay? When it comes to your romantic life, there's definitely this Judgment card is calling into question your relationships and asking you where they're going, where you want them to go. Are you in control of them? And what about your past and where you've come from? So if you're single and you're looking to meet someone, very quickly, the universe is saying to you, are you ready? As in, do you have your past not tied off, but have you acknowledged your part in where you've come from? And I know that sounds, you know, it can sound sometimes difficult and like we're thinking, well, you know, what happened to me or what happened in the past, it wasn't my fault. And that's not what we're saying here. We're saying, can you acknowledge your part in it? It's a very interesting thing to do, okay? And you don't want this power and influence to completely overshadow you. And for some of you, particularly those of you who may have been brought up with trauma or some kind of just overpowering influence, it's a time when the universe wants to show you freedom. That is a very powerful thing. I think we could go so far as to call this an awakening, Pisces. Now, most signs would love an awakening, but Pisces not always thrilled to hear about it. Like, an awakening. I'd like some chocolate and a blanket, and I think I'm going to go and have a little sleep and think about that, you know. I get it, but the universe doesn't, and it's not listening to that, and it says, come on, because here, this very nice card here, 6 of Wands, winner, winner, chicken dinner, or vegan alternative. You can, and we have the 6 of Pentacles above it. There's a lot for you here. There's a lot of generosity. There's a lot of paying it forward. There are a lot of people who want to support you, bring you on, care for you, and that can be in romantic relationships, work relationships. And the universe wants you, especially if you have a history of disastrous relationships, which most of us do, or at least putting the other person ahead of yourself. The universe really wants to change that. And this has been coming up for Pisceans for quite a while, okay? Over here, hiding behind the box, the Queen of Wands. She is the Diva Queen. She's the Queen of Power, and she's next to the High Priestess, which is a very Piscean card. Now, this, Pisces, is acknowledging your power. The Piscean power that you have, okay? If you were a superhero and your power was being Piscean, this is your costume, okay? She's got all the pomegranates behind her. She's got all the knowledge, the secrecy, the moonology, everything that growing up you probably thought you knew, but other people may have said, don't be so silly, or, you know, what are you talking about? You were right. And your intuition and your hunches will bring this in for you, okay? Here we've got the 9 of Wands. You're going to feel a bit defensive, okay? And the 5 of Cups. If you notice, the 5 of Cups is right next to this Devil and Emperor card. It's about what was taken from you, what you've lost. And for some of you, you may be going through a breakup, or you may be looking at your past, because Mercury Retrograde does that. And it feels like it gives you the opportunity to see it for how it really was. Okay, now your overall energy card here of the 4 of Wands is inviting you into a different kind of world. Okay, this is 1111. It's fortuitous, it's lucky for you, it's good feeling for you, but it's like fortune favors the brave. Okay, let's have a look, because this is quite concerned with destiny. It's quite concerned with work. I want to look at your love life as well, and I'm going to use a different deck. I'm going to use this. Sorry, while I'm just talking to myself. Oh, also forgot to mention 10 of Pentacles. It's a lot to do with security, financial security, job security, all the things Pisces doesn't actually think about that much normally. The universe wants you to. It's your life. It wants you to take it. It wants you to acknowledge it, and it wants you to be powerful. Can't think of another word for it. Let's have a few cards to just look at what's going on with your love life at the moment. Love life for my lovely Pisces. Ooh. Yeah, some of you either going to meet or are dealing with a fire sign person at the moment. Let's just put those two there. Nice. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to just put that under there so it's not going to get too confusing. At the top of the reading here, we've got this Queen of Cups, which is, of course, the Pisces Queen. This is you. This is 1980 share as well. I know. Your love life is very much in your own hands in terms of intuition. You are much appreciated, or you will be much appreciated by somebody for being that High Priestess, that Queen of Cups, okay? Looking very much here with the Sun and the King of Wands. For fire sign energy, in particular Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, or somebody who is very confident. Probably more of an extroverted type of person. This, if you are single, would be the opportunity to meet somebody, and it would start, I think, as a friendship. Because I've got the Nine of Pentacles down here. Nine of Pentacles is the single happy person card. If you're in a relationship, it's asking you to, again, like the reading that came just before, to be powerful, to be independent, to work on your boundaries, to work on your independence, because it will do wonders for the relationship. King of Wands is already very strong, very independent, and Pisces not known for their independence particularly, even though secretly they really are. But it's time for you to go toe to toe. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, it's about being your absolute strongest self. If you're single, yeah, the person that you meet is attractive. Often they can dance if it's the King of Wands. They are more extrovert than you, and they can bring out your, I think, secret extrovert side. With that Sun card as well, it's the ruler of Leo. Now we've got two fives here. There are some difficulties in relationships. There is some issue I've got of like overcrowding, or a sense of your timetables not working out with somebody, or that there is just secret kind of stuff in the background that's just a bit holding something back, okay? And Five of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. Somebody, maybe this King of Wands character, is not... Things are not just as open as they could be. It doesn't feel like it's as... that it's flowing as much as it could be. With the Six of Wands, again, because you've got the Six of Wands twice, you can have a lot of success in your love life, but only particularly, weirdly, by being yourself and being independent and claiming your power and knowing who you are and showing that to the other person, okay? And then here, the Six of Swords, a relief. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, maybe a little younger than you possibly. There's a relief. There's a moving away from this Five of Wands. There's a sort of passage somehow, but the passage has to be led by you, okay? And that's a power you don't always want to have. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at the other person, how they feel about you, what's going on with them behind the scenes as well, and also what is the future of this relationship that has maybe seen a few bumps in the road, okay? It's all about you this month, Pisces, which is not always the most comfortable position for a Pisces to be in. Just going to do a couple of oracle cards. I might also do, oh yes, a romance angel oracle card, because I feel like it. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. What do we need to know? Oh, honestly, yeah. That's why I felt like doing it. Right, okay. Let me do this like this. To be fair, okay, I think most Pisceans are too fair. this is not about making something more in the other person's favour. It's about bringing it back to yours, okay? From unbalanced in their favour to bringing it back to yours, whether that's to do with romance, whether that's to do with love, okay? Then a change in the wind, and there is. This is unavoidable and it's good. We had that tower which was hidden, and no doubt will come back in the extended. It was hidden in the pack, okay? There is a change in the wind. And the Romance Angel Oracle card, look at that. Free yourself. It's my favourite Romance Angel Oracle card. It's time to take back control of your life. And you are the unicorn in this scenario, Pisces, the High Priestess, okay? Don't underestimate yourself. I'm going to go and do the extended reading. The link is in the description box. Do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.